ass. Ah! Your mom. Sample that real quick. Send me the beat. Oh, y'all can't see. Ex-cult members unmask the lies. It's an hour long. I don't know if I can do it right now. I'm just so tired. Oh.
Hello YouTube, how you doing today everybody? Listen, I'm going to do a video on how to make pickle Pepsi at home. Buttery, because I'm using butter pickle.
Sorry.
Hello YouTube, how you doing today everybody? Listen,
Why he look
I'm going
like
to do
that?
a video
Leave him.
on
Leave him.
how
He's
to
gonna
make
teach you a thing.
pickle Pepsi at home.
First question. What is pickle Pepsi? What is pickle Pepsi? What is pickle Pepsi? Define pickle Pepsi. What is that? Oh, alright.
I'm going to title it. I've seen a video about KFC making pickle Pepsi, and a guy that was reviewing it, it was crazy. 2 pickles, little bit of Pepsi, which I'm going to show you how to do it at home for cheap. And the guy paid $3.99, almost $4 for it. What the hell?
$4 for pickle Pepsi?
For free.
Literally.
And this is what I'm going to show you right now.
He's going to tell you, chat.
I got my Pepsi.
Period.
Glass. I got my pickle jars with pickles.
I got my pickle jars with pickles. This is how you do a captivating video, chat.
I'm going to do first is, I'm going to put the pickles in the jar first. That's what it was, yeah.
I'm finna remix this. I'm already manifesting. I will be remixing this. And I will spit on that.
There's one.
Well. Bro, can we see?
Doesn't want to cooperate with me today. There's 2.
Can we see?
Yeah.
Hi, Gulag. Thank you for the follow.
Put the lid on the thing. This is very easy and cheap.
Very
I don't know
easy
what
and
the hell
cheap.
KFC was ever thinking of.
I don't know either.
What the heck, man?
Guys,
$4
KFC
for a
made...
thing that you could just make at home. See? 2 pickles in a pickle jar. See? Cheap and easy. What the hell, man?
He is mad.
Pepsi. Open it up.
Ooh, listen to that crack. I didn't even know KFC was making pickle Pepsi. Who told KFC to make pickle Pepsi? That's the question I want answered. That's step number 1. Is that a marketing campaign that I missed? Like, who asked for pickle Pepsi? All these brands making this, that, and the third, but who really asked? Like, at some point, we gotta say, who asked for pickle Pepsi? We gotta start asking, who's the target audience? You know?
Oh, yes, I forgot one thing.
Oh, you forgot something.
Pickle brine. Right.
Pickle brine. Yes. Simply. Simply. Wow, listen to that pour.
There you go.
It's a thick brine. It's a thick brine.
See, this one's pickle brine with pickles in it.
Yes.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I'm not going to do the hot sauce thing today because it might mix it up. Stomach ache.
Hot sauce? I thought it was pickle Pepsi. Not Peter Piper, pickle pepper, hot sauce Pepsi, pickle pepper, hot sauce pickle pepper Pepsi. Where did the hot sauce come from?
Now I'm pouring in Pepsi. Like they said. I don't have ice. I never use ice.
Period.
So yeah.
I love how we can't
There we
see
go.
anything.
Cheap and easy. Now obviously, the guy said on the video, Oh, it tastes awful. Well, just wait. We're going to give that theory a theory. And you got that.
We're gonna give that theory a theory. Sounds like a Cell quote. This man watches Seleolu, I'm not gonna lie. Hate to break it to y'all, but all your favorite videos, all your favorite YouTubers, they all watch Selly. Just saying.
Right, I'm going to taste it.
Taste test.
You know what? The guy was wrong. It tastes very darn good.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? M&J Metal. I think you would have said that nevertheless. I think you would have said that whether you liked it or not. You're trying to sell me something. Guys, my theory is he works for KFC. I'm just gonna say it. Because, did you know they were selling Pickle Pepsi? Did I know they were selling Pickle Pepsi? 1.5 million views. Something is not right here.
It does. I mean, I like it.
I don't believe you.
I mean, the taste is so sweet.
Oof, I could almost smell that through the screen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wow.
Buttery. I'm using butter pickles. Yeah, it's very good. I like it.
I like it. I like it.
But I would not spend $3.99 for a thing at KFC. Nah. They probably use old pickles and old brine.
Probably.
Whatever, I'm using some stuff anyways.
He's using fresh
so,
stuff.
You know, this is pretty good. Another wizardry drink. Wow. Now I'm going to eat the pickles. Yep, very good. So if you don't want to spend $4.99, I mean $3.99, don't go to KFC and don't buy the pickle drink. Make it at home for cheap and free. Thank you, YouTube. Oh yeah, by the way, cheers.
By the way, cheers. Cheap and free. Wow. What a video. That is a good one. I love when YouTube is YouTubing. That is... This is... Wow. Oh my gosh. I love that. Bruh, I haven't seen these used to, y'all do realize these used to like pop up all the time. I feel like there would always be like random niche meme YouTube videos from a no-namer just pop up randomly. It doesn't happen much anymore. What is this?
So, I guess I'll explain how it feels to OD on heroin, because
Is this TOS? Can I watch a video mentioning drugs on Twitch?
that, and probably a lot of people are pretty curious about it.
Hold on. I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole that I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should engage. But I'm gonna go on nevertheless.
First, I'll explain how I got on heroin, just so you can get an idea of like how powerful this shit is and how much it takes over your life. Like, I mean, the first time I did heroin, I really didn't even think much of it. I had been turning it down my whole life up until this point, but
Dang.
what happened was,
Hold on. Now, why did YouTube suggest this after Pickle Pepsi? The insinuation is deep and dark. Leave Pickle Pepsi alone. Leave him be.
one of my best friends in New York was on heroin, and I knew that. I just, whatever. I was still. It's not gonna stop me from being.
I'll put
friends with
2x
someone,
actually.
So, he offered it to me a bunch of times. I had heard too many horror stories. I had seen the movies like Train Spotting and Basketball Diaries and how rough it is to kick heroin. And it's something I didn't want to experience. I didn't want to be addicted to heroin. I knew how addictive it was. So, but this dude was a DJ in New York City. So one night he asked me to go help him set up, and I was gonna drink free all night. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. I ain't been to a club in a long time. So, but the truth is, I was feeling a little anxiety about going out,
DJ
and being around in like a social setting because I hadn't been out in a while. So on the way there, he's picking up some heroin for himself, and
said, oh so casually, yeah, I'ma just pick up some H. Huh?
I was thinking, in order to alleviate my anxiety, maybe I'll do a little bit of heroin and see how it makes me feel. So I
Chat. Now, I know this guy's, he's probably a good guy. He's explaining, how not to, why not to. You got to cause he fell asleep. It's okay. Oh, that's actually cute. I love it. I just got awkward because I'm now clocking the fact that you're waking up to me watching a video about how this man overcome an overdose on heroin. But that's alright. I'm glad you're cozy.
asked him to give me just a little tiny bump. And I explained, like, yeah, I just feel a little anxious and shit. He's like, yeah, no problem, dude. Fucking puts a little bump on my hand.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Take a little bit of this H. Take a little bit of this heroin. You're anxious? Ah, no problem. That's totally normal. Said no one literally ever. Okay. It's a Selly stream. I'm not surprised. This is true. This is true.
Snorted. And
period. Wow.
I
Don't
really
do
didn't
this,
feel much
chat.
off it. By the time we get to the club,
If you have anxiety, here's tip number 1 for overcoming anxiety. Tip number 1 for overcoming anxiety: instantly channel that part of you, that part of your inner child that likes to pretend, okay? That is the most useful tool for navigating adult life, is make believe. Great gift. Amazing. It's phenomenal. You would imagine how many things you could accomplish just by putting on a costume. Make believe. All right? If you're anxious in a social setting, all of a sudden, you're the baddest bitch there. I've never seen a badder bitch. I've never seen a badder bitch. All right? That's all you need to do. Now, if you're anxious at church, what? I don't know why I just said that. I don't know why church was this. I really meant gym. Maybe I need to go to church. I don't know. I was about to go to gym. I don't know where church came from. I don't know. If you're anxious at gym, you are muscle mommy. You are muscle mommy down to the boots. I never seen nobody stronger than me. I'm the strongest person I ever done met. Make believe. Pretend. This is how you navigate social settings. You have to change your mentality. Nobody else, I guarantee you, nobody else in the room is not anxious Everybody else there is anxious. Everyone else in any setting where you're anxious, guarantee you 90% of the room are also anxious, okay? All you gotta do is play pretend, make believe, you know? Adapt to your surroundings. Put on a little bit of swagger and a little bit of confidence. You know, manifest a little aura. You know? That same kid that was looking out the window watching the raindrops fall down the window, you know what I mean? Guess I gotta accept the pain. Need a cigarette to make me feel better. That one, hit some of that, alright? That's all you gotta do. Do not, I repeat, do not take bumps of heroin, alright? Just saying.
Yeah, it was very subtle. It was like barely there. I just felt kind of good, you know what I mean? And so after that experience, I really didn't think much of heroin. I thought, like, wow, this is what everyone's making a big deal of. I had done coke before, and that shit hit you like a bolt of lightning. Like the heroin, and I had done such a small amount that it didn't have the impact that I assumed it would. I thought it was gonna be like some sort of super strong high right off the bat, but I also did only like a small bump, and I still felt it for like the next 8 hours.
8 hours. 8 hours.
We had a good night. I stayed at his house that night. Woke up the next day. I did feel like this weird kind of like slight hangover from it that I can't even explain. It's almost like you're in a dream. Like it's just weird. You just feel a little weird. But like I said, I didn't think much of it. And I'm living on the street at this time, so I'm surrounded by people. All my friends are on heroin, and so I'm around it all the time. People are offering me a bag of heroin to watch their stuff while they run to the bathroom, this and that. And the whole time I just
Heroin as bargaining chips is some of the most diabolical. I've never heard of more. Hey, can you watch my stuff? Real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll give you some heroin. Huh? Huh? Chat, just remember, like, I could see if your world starts to change, like, depending on how your life starts to ebb and flow. Maybe you're in different seasons of life or around different people where maybe that may be normal, but remember this conversation and just think about how insane. Don't let your mind play games on you. Don't let your social environment play games on you. It's insane. That's an insane sentence. If you hear someone say that, you should say, "Wow, this is insane." And immediately remove yourself. Don't let your mind control you like that. That's crazy. See how he was like, yeah, it's all right. I mean, everybody's doing it. You know, so I'm just surrounded by it. Remember how crazy it was in the past tense.
never took it.
Some ain't right.
I had other goals in mind. I was out there trying to conquer fears and shit. I wasn't out there to get fucked up and have a good time. Like the reason I was out on the street was to conquer my fear of living out on the street mostly. I wasn't out there to get fucked up. I was out there to be sober and be present and experience it all the way. So, but after doing heroin that first time, I just didn't think, I really didn't see it as a threat. So after that, when people would offer it to
See?
me, occasionally I would do a little bump. And like I said, it made me feel a little good. And I was like,
just remember. Hey, say you slip up. You make a really big mistake. You try once. Do not think, oh, well, that wasn't really a big deal. Remember how insane it was before you took the first bump. Before. Remember how insane it would sound to tell your mother that you just did a bump of heroin. Remember how insane it would be to tell your father that you just did a bump of heroin. Remember that. I know that's not how addiction works, but at this point, he's in early stages. He's being influenced too much by his environment. You feel me?
Like, how the fuck do people get addicted to this shit? It's like nothing, you know? But then, one day, this is in, like, it must have been, like, January of, like, 2013. I had been doing a little bit of heroin here and there for a couple of months at this point. And it was January 2013. It's freezing cold out.
Bro, I had this exact same story, but with vaping, bro. This is like my vaping story. Like, it's actually insane. Oh.
I had no money, no cigarettes, no food. I had nothing. And I couldn't even go pick up, like, clips.
How dark life can get. Like, you're just, like, talking about heroin as if, like, I accidentally got a jewel this one time, and I was hitting other people's jewels, and then I bought my own jewel. Now I'm addicted. Like...
Cigarettes, what a lot of people do is they'll go pick up half-smoked cigarettes on the street and smoke them. What I used to do is I would pick up like 50 of them, break them all up, and roll new cigarettes, so I didn't have to put my mouth on filters and all that shit. I would just roll a new cigarette out of it, which was still this Frankenstein disgusting cigarette made of a bunch of half-smoked Newports and Marlboros and all this mixed together. It's disgusting.
Why?
So,
What did he do?
But I couldn't even do that because it snowed, so the ground was wet. All the cigarettes on the ground were useless. They were all wet and useless. So my phone was off, so I went to Starbucks to get the Wi-Fi, and I emailed my buddy, and this is the dude who was the DJ, and I was like, yo, man, I'm in a fucked up situation. I can't work. It's like 20 degrees out. I can't make no money. I can't get no cigarettes off the ground. Can I come by and just grab a cigarette off you, bro? And I never asked nobody for shit, but I just needed a fucking cigarette. And so he gets back at me. He's like, yeah, dude, come by. He's like, fucking come hang out. Yeah, I'll give you like fucking a pack of cigarettes. And I'm like, cool, bro. And I go over there. He gives me like a pack of cigarettes. Fucking buys me some food, and we do some fucking heroin. But
Mickey D's and heroin, Taco Tuesday and heroin, Chipotle and heroin. What?
so fucking because I went from such a low point in my.
Wait, I accidentally used the head.
I had been doing
Keep
a little bit of heroin here and there.
Typical Tuesday.
Filters and all that shit. I'll give you like fucking a pack of cigarettes, and I'm like, cool, bro. And I go over there. He gives me like a pack of cigarettes. Fucking buys me some food, and we do some fucking heroin. But now the difference was this time we did a bunch, and we had a fucking blast. We were just chilling in his apartment, getting fucked up, fucking cackling, laughing, having a fucking good time. And this went on for like a week straight. We just hung out doing heroin for like a week. This is one of my best friends. To this day, we had a fallout, but still, I still consider him. I still love him. So, and so after that, I started
gorgeous
like
hair.
heroin, so fucking because I went from such a low point in my life to having such a fun time with him doing heroin the whole week, and just like, I mean, we just.
That's typically how drugs work. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Don't be weak-minded, chat. Don't be weak-minded.
Hung out and had a fucking blast the whole time. So after that experience, the weather was starting to clear up a little bit. The weather was clear and nice enough.
The weather's clear, so he could roll his Frankenstein cigarettes.
He lived right by where I worked in Central Park, so a lot of the days when he would come by while I was working, we'd be bullshitting, and then we'd go hang out in his apartment for a little while. And at the time, I was sleeping at an internet cafe, so I'd leave his apartment and go stay at the internet cafe. And he had a roommate who she really ran the apartment. You know what I mean? She was paying most of the rent and kind of letting him stay there, so he couldn't just let me stay in his fucking apartment because he was lucky to be staying there. Like this chick was on the verge of kicking him out constantly. So I was staying in an internet cafe, but so a lot of the days when I'd finish working, we'd go over there and I'd do a little bump of heroin, we'd play some chess and hang out, and then I'd go to the internet cafe.
Play some chess.
It just kind of turned into a habit. And then the next thing I know, one day I'm at the internet cafe, and at this point in my life, I'm starting to really look forward to the end of the day when I can go do some heroin, and it's.
Me excited to have my freaking ice cream in the fridge. Like, this is so sad, dude. This is so sad.
It creeps up on you, man. It just kind of grows on you. You acquire a taste for
exactly.
it. So,
that's why you just don't ever do it. He talks about heroin like it's a snack. Literally, he's like, yeah, I don't know. Should I have grape or banana? Like, bro gets off a long shift, opens his fridge looking for the heroin. Like, it's actually insane.
But I wasn't doing it like every day. I was doing it maybe 3 times a week or so. And
Heroin.
Just give me a bump
heroin. I need to keep saying, like, heroin. Heroin.
And I'm really kind of starting to like it, to be honest. And I'm thinking, I can do it 3 times a week, and it ain't nothing. But the next thing I know, one day I'm at the internet cafe. I hadn't done any heroin that day, and all of a sudden I can't sleep. Like I just couldn't, and I couldn't fall asleep that night. And I was starting to feel, I just felt fucking off. I didn't know what it was. I was depressed, and I couldn't get comfortable. I mean, when I was staying at the internet cafe, we were sleeping in these like recliner chairs where we.
Oh my gosh. The way just like one day he was like, I can't sleep. I need my snack. Like, oh my gosh, it just like hit him. That's crazy. His body is just like just all of a sudden got chemically addicted. That's so. Addiction's so fascinating.
And although eventually all the homeless people coming in there starting fights and fucking doing drugs and wreaking havoc, eventually it all got shut down. But so at this point it was still going. So I couldn't fucking get comfortable. I couldn't get to sleep. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just knew I didn't feel right. And so then very, very kind of abruptly around 6 in the morning, I just kind of fell asleep. And I woke up the next day and I felt all right. And I realized that I had been in a slight state of withdrawal because I hadn't done any fucking heroin the day before. And I was like, holy shit, I just kicked heroin, you know what I mean? But it was so slight and it was so kind of, it only lasted that one night. So I was thinking to myself, wow, I need to be careful with this shit because I kind of just got over that and I don't really need it right now. But now I'm starting to get it, you know what I mean? I'm starting to see that it is very addictive, So from that point on, I started only doing it like maybe twice a week.
Because like it's so crazy because people know they know. It's just like you don't have this discipline and self-control to be like, man, I'm starting to get withdrawals. Maybe it's time to just stop. It's like, I'm gonna just go twice a week instead. Like, oh, bruh. Literally, there's so many opportunities where at least he has the self-awareness to be like, okay, he's like literally he's explaining that he's obviously aware of the effects of drug addiction, and yet he's choosing that path every time when it's still a choice. It's not like he's fully chemically addicted yet, because at some point addiction is just like, it's like you either do the drug or basically die. Like, when you get deep into like dark addiction, but he's not there yet. He can still choose.
But eventually you get to a point where you just have a rough day, like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna do some dope today. And the next thing you know, you're doing it every fucking day. And then the next thing you know, you can't even fucking function without it. For me, the next thing I know, I'm buying it. I'm not even fucking. I mean, it's $10 a bag in New York City at this time, and it's good, strong fucking heroin. So
It's good, strong, freaking heroin. So, yeah. I don't know why that cringed me out so bad.
that's how I got addicted to it. But the thing with me is, I had done larger amounts of heroin at this point, and I realized that I like to do just a little bit, because if you do just a little bit, it kind of revs you up. It doesn't knock you out. If you do just a little too much, it'll knock you out. You'll be higher, but you'll also be like, you'll be nodding out, and you'll be fucking out of it. But if you do just the right amount, it revs you up. So that's what I used to do. I used to buy a bag of dope, and I would just do little tiny bumps all throughout the day, just to kind of rev me up and make me feel good. I didn't want to do any more than that and be like knocked the fuck out. I had experienced that before. I prefer to just be a little revved up. But eventually, you get to a point where it's your tolerance starts going up. You start doing more and more. You start wanting to get more fucked up. Eventually, you're gonna be the one nodding out. Like, it's inevitable.
Oh my gosh.
So the way I ended up ODing was, I was doing my little dope, hanging out in Starbucks, charging my phone, and I had done just a little too much, I guess. And I'm sitting there fucking nodding out, looking like a fucking dopehead, man. And they even noticed me, and they're like, you can't be sitting in here doing looking like that. And I'm like, holy shit, I've turned into one of these fucking dopehead homeless zombies that can't even sit in Starbucks without being noticed. It's like everyone knows I'm on fucking drugs, so
Oh my
I left there. I didn't want to be
gosh.
sitting there looking like that. And I was sleeping outside of the church at this point. I had ditched the internet cafe. There was too much crazy shit happening there. People all stealing from each other. I managed to never get anything stolen from me, but I didn't want to keep pushing my luck in there. There's a lot of desperate fucking homeless lunatics in there, and I was friends with a lot of them. But there was also and another thing, there was fucking a lot of the people in there had bed bugs, and I didn't want to be around that shit. I didn't want.
He's like bougie homeless. Like, it's kind of funny to me. I don't know why. He's like got friends that are like, like have apartments and stuff, and he's like, I don't smoke no regular cigarettes. I roll my own. Like, they have bed bugs. They dirty. I ain't trying to hang out with them. Like, bed bugs. That's where I draw the line. Literally. He's like, yeah, I'll do a few bumps all day to rev me up, but bed bugs, I had to pack up shop and move.
No fucking bed bugs on me. So yeah, bed bugs is a real thing in New York City. It's like, I never even knew they were a real thing until I lived on the street in New York, and I realized that this is actually a thing that people deal with. So I stopped staying there mainly because of all the fucking lunatics and the bed bugs and the filth and the disgusting situation. So I was my buddy Ilya, who, you ever seen that movie Heaven Knows What? It's about Ilya. They made a movie about him and Harley, his girlfriend. Ilya, he's not the one who got me on heroin, but he was probably my best friend on the street. And in that movie Heaven Knows What, I gotta say, that kid played Ilya pretty good. That was how Ilya, that was how he was. But so Ilya had left me. He ended up getting a room from like the homeless outreach people, and he left me his spot at this church on the Upper West Side, which is one of the best spots on the street. I ended up staying in that spot on and off for like the next 7 years. So it was a great spot. So anyways, I leave Starbucks. It's probably like 10, 11 at night, and I go to my spot in front of the church. I do the rest of my dope, and this is when I OD'd. So I'm just sitting there fucking nodding out and shit, and then all of a sudden I wake up because I wasn't breathing, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, so see, I didn't realize that when you
Oh my gosh, this is such. How did we get here? This is such a crazy story, dude.
OD on heroin, I assumed like your heart stopped or something, But what happens is you're so fucking wasted that when you pass out, your body doesn't even breathe. You're so out of it that
Your body forgets
your
to
brain isn't
breathe.
even functioning enough to breathe. So that's how people OD on heroin. They're so fucked up that they nod out and their brain doesn't breathe and they just suffocate. That's what happens. So I'm sitting there, and every time I nod out, what's waking me up is the fact that I'm not breathing and I'm alone on the street.
Oh, ouch.
And I realized that if I nod out, I'm gonna fucking die. Now, fortunately for me, I was slightly OD'd, but this is where I really learned a harsh lesson about ODing on heroin. So it's not an unpleasant experience. I was high as a fucking kite, and the truth is, I didn't even fucking care. I was so fucked up. I was just like, I said to myself, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I don't even. Life was such a chore at that point that I really didn't even care that much. I didn't want to die, but I didn't care. I really just didn't fucking care. And I said to myself, like, it's up to God. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try to stay awake. I'm not just gonna fucking lay down and die. So I was trying to keep myself up, but I kept nodding out and waking up from lack of oxygen, and this went on for a couple of hours until it started to wear off. And then
I didn't know this either.
That's what it's like to OD on heroin. And my buddy Ilya, who I mentioned before, he must have OD'd for 5 times the whole time I knew him. He ended up dying of OD. In the movie, Heaven Knows What, they have him dying from something else, but the truth is he died of a heroin overdose. And he didn't even, when the movie came out, he was still alive. He ended up dying afterwards. But yeah, most of the people I hung out with back then are dead of a heroin overdose because, life was so brutal on the street that a lot of them just like, they felt like me. They were just like, whatever, if I fucking die, I die. You know what I mean? But that was the one and only time that I OD'd. I was real careful after that. And fortunately for me, I quit heroin right when the fucking fentanyl was starting to take over. I used to try to get fentanyl because it was stronger and it would get me more fucked up, but but it was only around occasionally when I was doing heroin.
How did he quit? He said it like, this guy's too, like, he is like too much, like, he's too nonchalant. Like, he's like final boss nonchalant. He's like, yeah, I just quit. I'm like, how do you just quit heroin? I thought it was like severely addictive.
And fortunately for me, by the time I was out of that scene, the fentanyl was, taking over. But by then I was on Suboxone and I was kind of done with heroin anyway. I
Literally.
guess that's about it. But yeah, that's what it feels like. OD. It's not unpleasant. You won't even fucking notice. You wouldn't even know. You would just die, and you wouldn't even know it. You would suffocate, and you wouldn't even know it because you're just so fucked up that you're in another fucking world, and you wouldn't feel a thing. And at my buddy's house, when people would OD there, and it happened. People, if you're new to heroin and you think you're gonna do a big line of it, you're gonna fucking OD almost 100% of the time. Like you gotta if you ain't never done heroin, you better do a tiny fucking amount. In fact, don't fucking do it at all. But like in Pulp Fiction, when
Don't do it at all, chat. He still has not learned his lesson. Do not ever do any, like, what does he mean, chat? Just do not ever do any drugs, period.
she does that fucking rail, she thinks it's cocaine, but it's heroin. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. But it's really not like I've seen a few people OD. When they would OD in my buddy's apartment, we'd fucking carry them downstairs and call a fucking ambulance, and we'd make sure they didn't fucking die. But it was like protocol, man. Like when you're dealing with people who don't know what the fuck you're doing, everyone's not going to fucking jail over it, dude. They're gonna fucking get you to a fucking hospital and go back about their lives. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna fucking be calling the cops or an ambulance at their address. They're gonna fucking bring you out on the street and call the fucking ambulance, and that's how it's gonna go. Ain't nobody going to jail over it, because the people who do heroin, they're just like, man, don't fuck my shit up. You better do it right. The people who sell heroin, when people OD on their shit, they get fucking mad, dude. Like, the people who were dealing around that apartment had, they didn't even want to sell it to people like Ilya because he was known for ODing. So they're like, I don't want him fucking dying on my shit, dude. I don't need that on my conscience. I don't need that. I just don't need that kind of fucking attention. You know what I mean? So no one likes when people are fucking ODing and shit, But and then another other ways that a lot of people die from heroin is they'll quit and then they'll think like, oh, I'll just do a little bit just for old time's sake, and they end up they want to get fucked up, and they think that they know heroin, So what they'll do is they'll do the same amount they used to do or just a little less, and they're fucking dead. They OD. That's what happened to fucking Evan. He's another one in that movie. Heaven Knows What. He's always hanging out with Ilya. I used to hang, like, us three used to get fucking dope every fucking day. Like, but so I'm not in the movie. The truth is I wasn't around like that. The only people I hung out with, I know a lot of people in that movie, but mainly I was hanging out with Ilya and Evan.
He keeps mentioning this movie. It's kind of like cracking me up. I don't know why. Is it a good movie? Does anyone know?
So what happened with Evan was his mom sent him down to a rehab in Florida to get clean. He came back to visit New York, got himself a bag of dope, fucking OD'd and died. And fucking, it's a sad situation, but that's what happens, man. Fucking, heroin is a powerful drug. It's more powerful than any other drug, as far as I know. So yeah, I mean, don't do it. Like you see my experience. I was dipping my toes in the water, just like next thing I know, my whole fucking life revolved around it for like 4 or 5 fucking years. Let's see. The first time I did heroin was around 2013, I guess. I was on it, and Suboxone and all that. When I finally got off all that shit was April 2019 was the last time I did any Suboxone. So what's that, like 6 years of my life down the fucking drain with that shit? So yeah, learn from my mistakes and don't do the shit. But that's it for this video. I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Also, the first time I did heroin was around the end of 2012, and then I got off it sometime in 2017, I guess, probably towards the end of 2017, and then was on Suboxone until April 2019. So altogether about 7 years. I wasted doing that shit. So, and I came in like very careful, very slowly, no intention of being addicted to it, knowing how dangerous it is. So my point is, don't even fuck with it. Don't. Everyone thinks they're gonna be the one who's able to just do heroin occasionally, and everyone I knew on it got on it the same way. Like thinking they could just do it occasionally. It doesn't work that way, dude. This shit takes over your life. It's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
I can't even put it into words, but if you start fucking with it, it's gonna take over, and you're gonna wish you never fucked with it. I'm gonna make a video. Like I made a video about how I got off of heroin. I'm gonna do a detailed video about how to get off Suboxone, because when I was on Suboxone, everyone was always telling me, "Oh, you're better off just kicking heroin and this and that." And like a lot of the negative shit I heard, like people tell me it's like kicking Suboxone is worse than kicking heroin and all this shit. It's harder to get off. I need to make a video and explain exactly how I did it. This way other people can, because I'm telling you, that's the way to go. Like not methadone. If you kick heroin cold turkey, more power to you. But odds are you're gonna end up back on it again. The Suboxone is the way to go because it prevents you from doing heroin. So. If you're gonna quit heroin, you're probably gonna have to be on Suboxone for a couple of years, but a lot of people.
I'm glad he said this, because he acted like he just like, yeah, just quit heroin. Like it was just like.
There's stories about kicking Suboxone, but there's a way to do it, and it can be done. And I'm gonna make a video detailing it exactly how.
Period.
I did it.
Good for you, King.
And it's not painless.
Next time, listen to your gut. All right, when your body says and your mind says, this is kind of too much fun. Maybe instead of 3 times a week, I should do 2 times a week. That's when you say, clock it, no times a week, period. But dang, good for him. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. Dang. I didn't know that's how people OD. That's crazy. I was addicted to weed for 8 years, bruh. People don't believe you can be addicted to it. You can be addicted to anything, chat. That's the first thing I think is so important. You can be addicted to absolutely anything. There's food addictions, there are porn addictions, there are game addictions, there are drug addictions, there are people addictions. Everything in life in moderation. Anytime your brain tells you, I need this thing to do this, it's become an idol in your life and you are addicted. And it's not good to be addicted to anything. People are like, I literally can't eat without smoking. I used to be there. You're addicted to weed. You're addicted to weed. Most likely you're addicted to weed. And not that weed itself is like addicted, or marijuana is addictive, but like I said, you can be addicted to anything.
This may come as
A lot of people are weed addicted nowadays and don't understand.
some of you.
I remember her.
Was addicted to marijuana. Mary Jane for 8 years.
Literally.
And that's
This is
where
what
it
I was
got
just saying. I hope a lot of people watch this because the amount of people in denial about weed being addiction is mind-blowing. A lot of people are severely weed addicted. Oh my gosh. Take me, for example. I'm Sally Stream addicted. Now, Sally Stream addiction is not to be taken lightly. It is the most powerful and most strongest addiction about in all of the 7 seas. It is also the only addiction that is not forbidden by our forefathers, and the one that you may participate in precautiously. Thank you. Public service announcement.